and welcome. In this video I'm going to talk about a few small adjustments I made in my front book. And how I'm going to apply them in my February book as well. I started the year by having one spread per day like this to journal about, things that happened. Turns out I don't want to do that every day on this day. I realized, I don't want to write or doodle or do anything. So I found this picture that I liked in a children's fairy tale book. So I glued it in and then I wrote, this isn't working, too much space, too little urge to write. A couple of things about work, and then, this is what I want to be whisked away into the misty night. So the next day, which was Saturday, I went into the back of my front book. So this section, my journaling section, general journaling, and wrote many pages about how I wanted to change things up. So I just wrote about everything that wasn't working and listed the things I wanted in my next book. And it's heavily inspired by Monique Smith, as usual. She is planning to change the name of her channel to Jesus and Paper to match her Instagram. So yeah, just so you know, if you want to check her out. I don't know if she's done that yet, but she will. So a list of what I want the front book to include, and then I drew ideas of how I wanted the spreads to look. So what I realized when I was morning journaling in this journaling section of the front book was that this fear of the empty page, and I don't have any empty pages anymore because I've prepped them. But anyway, when the page is just blue with nothing on it and I'm supposed to journal about my day and find, relevant things to say and doodle and make it pretty every day, I don't want that. Some days I'm not inspired and I don't want to, feel pressured to be creative, but I want memories at the end of the year. I want memories from every day, and I do have my weekly memory page, but this is more like at a glance stuff, like, oh, I had an x-ray this day, or we had problems with our email this day, or I was tired because I was traveling for 2 days. Things that I might want to learn from or check, when did this happen? So my daily doodles, as I call them, daily doodles, they're more of, like developed memories, more like, well, we had margaritas and daiquiris and we played a game last night and I restructured my journaling. Here's a quote from my husband, things like that. Just random stuff, like bullet journaling stuff that you would put in, with bullet points if you bullet journal. But a whole spread scares me and is not inspiring, and I need help. I need prompts to know what to journal about. So I wrote about yesterday morning, I journaled about what do I want, what kind of memories do I want, what kind of journaling do I want to do, and I went through the pages I've already done and just thought about my life, and I realized that there were three main areas that I want to cover in my planner journal. And one is memory keeping, like what what was important about today, about this month, and so on. One is development, things that, not goals exactly, but, well, I guess other people would call them goals, but, you know, things I want to develop, like the house, my health, stuff like that. And the third one, what's the third one? Oh yes, I want to reflect, because I've been watching YouTube videos about reflecting on what you read, and I've been thinking, because I follow Michelle B, I would like to apply some of her stuff. And I've been watching Monique Smith, who does this with her faith. She has what she calls soap studies, where she studies scripture and applies it. And I wanted to do something similar with other input, not the Bible, but like movies, books, people who tell me wise things. So, sorry, this is so long-winded. What I did was I made one section for, well, daily doodles, but 4 days per spread. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I started in this book at once, and I made these margins where I can doodle, and then I have 4 days to doodle. I don't have to doodle every single day and make it pretty. I can, spread it out over several days. Or maybe I don't doodle on Saturday, but on Sunday I do the whole thing. So this is what they look like for the rest of January. So just the days, a margin for doodling, and the dates until Sunday the 30th of January. Yeah, so that's like the bullet journal part or section. Then for development, I thought, well, I've divided my development areas into the 4 elements, you could say, or like fire, water, earth, and air, which in tarot terms would mean like creativity, ambition, relationships and feelings, the body and material stuff, and mental, intellectual stuff. And so I made these icons to signify these different areas and divided the page into 4 boxes like this. And in the margins, I write what I'm writing about in the box. So drawing, this was yesterday. For creativity, I wrote drawing, and I wrote about what I've learned about drawing lately and what I want to develop. And I could also, maybe today, if I'm probably going to write about drawing today as well, but I might want to write about writing or world building, and then I put that in this box, in the margin. So writing, so afterwards, when I look back, it's sort of a heading in these boxes. So drawing, writing, drawing, interior decoration, drawing again, so you sort of know what you've been sort of occupied by, what your brain has been working on, what you've been enthusiastic about during this time. And on feelings and relationships, I put mood yesterday because that's what I wrote about. I was irritated in the morning, then I had a go at my exercise bike, and then I felt better. So the aim is to learn things about myself through this kind of journaling. Body, I wrote about my back, my knee, how much resistance I've got on my bike, which, I'm really trying to to level up. And on the intellectual, mental sort of area, this will sound weird, but it's not a problem area for me. So, yes, I have like intrusive thoughts or whatever, but right now what is important here is organization, because we're reorganizing our house. We want to use this year 2022 to figure out how to organize everything in our house to make it nicer and easier to find things. So I was thinking, well, that sort of fits the mental, intellectual area, because there's a lot of thinking involved. Where should this go? How do we solve these problems, and so on. So those are my development areas. I've pre-drawn pages for the rest of January. And I did, on this post-it, I drew an alternative setup where I would have like the dates in these boxes instead of up here. So now I've got one page dedicated to each day, but you could also write like drawing up here and have the dates here and have everything gathered around a specific area you want to develop. So that's, if you want, it depends if you want to see what you were working on day by day, like this, or if you want to gather everything to do with drawing and organizing the house and your health. So those are two different ways of doing that, but I decided on this one because, well, I might want to change the area I write about every day. So yeah, I like this better. Okay, next section is reflections. So I think I'm just gonna hang on. This is kind of personal. So I was thinking, I've divided this spread into 4 boxes, and this is the input. Here I write what I've been watching, reading, listening to, whatever. Here I put my reflection on this material. So what do I think about this? What do I want to learn from this? What do I think they got right? What did they get wrong? Whatever, a reflection. And then application. How do I want to apply this to my life? And I don't have to do this every day, so I don't have spreads for the whole, the rest of January. I don't know how many pages I'm going to put in my February book, so we'll see. But when I'm inspired by something, when I read something, when I watch something and I think, this was good, or this was clever, or something, I write about it so I don't forget. And here I've started, I've actually made a smaller box here for writing my reflection and application. And I was thinking these signify decoration, because the input, the name of the input is so big that there's room for decoration here. And here I have an affirmation to help me, apply the thing that I've reflected over, the application I want to use or do or whatever. So I'm thinking here and here I can decorate these pages. Not every day, but when I feel like it. So that's what these post-its signify, flowers. So I have a few, this is another post-it to show how I can do this with embellishments in the middle, but I don't think that's gonna look good. I'm not sure. Maybe washi. We'll see. So I prepped a few pages for that. Then, and this page is not turning out great, so I have to do something about it because you can't see what I've written, almost. But things that mattered in January, because this is a January book, just like really overarching things that mattered in January. So Mayor of Easttown, we've been watching that, Get Back, the Beatles documentary, making a library. We're as part of our reorganization of the house, we're making a library in one room. So those are the things I've thought of so far, the big things that have mattered in January. So this is kind of the page you go back to and see, oh, this was the general vibe of January 22. But I have to just, I don't know, do something about the aesthetic aspect of this page. Then we have the general journaling, and I was thinking, since I have all these other spreads prepped for like focused journaling, I was thinking that this section, henceforth, I will just put ideas and brainstorming and emotional purges here. So if I feel like I need to just, I don't know, we say in Swedish, we say vomit gall over something when we're, you know, when we're pissed off at something and we need to talk or write about it, we vomit gall. So that's what these pages are for, and for brainstorming stuff like I did on these pages. So that's it. That's my 2 weeks for January, and I'm hoping I'll be able to apply them in my new book. I've started prepping my weekly memory pages in the February book. So I'll be back to show you how I set up my monthly booklet and all these sections the same way as I've done them in the January book. But I really feel like this makes it even more attractive because I get some help. So I know what to write about, and yeah, and I use up the whole book, and I get a, you know, notebook full of memories about things that I actually care about.